A few people were asking me about footwear and horse riding because it's common knowledge that you need a heel to ride British or English style. Actually, and Western, and I've done both in the last couple of weeks as a complete novice and beginner, so this is just my experience. When you go in on like a holiday trekking experience as a complete beginner, they obviously have provisions in place to accommodate all kinds of footwear. I've even seen people riding in Crocs in these circumstances, which obviously isn't advised, and it even is against the policy of the place I've been, but they've still allowed it. And that's predominantly because they use safety stirrups. And to be honest, I'm more than happy to continue using safety stirrups if it means I can just wear my normal comfortable shoes, because your foot can't slip through a safety stirrup because there's like a cage on the front of it. We actually did have a comment made yesterday, and I'm actually tempted to write to them and say that I wasn't very happy about that. So none of this really makes any sense, because when we arrived and like checked in and started getting hats and safety gear and stuff, the lady looked down at both me and my husband, and she was like, now we'd chosen to wear those shoes, which he was wearing his like the Michelin Vivo Barefoot Forest, and I had my Freak Muddies on, which were like our hiking boots suitable for rain and hiking. And she looked down and she was like, are those the only shoes that you've got with you? And we were like, yeah. And she goes, well, they're very wide. And we looked at each other like, right, well, we'll see. And obviously, there was no problem because they were using safety stirrups. And I'm not exactly sure whether safety stirrups are wider, but my husband had more than adequate room, because obviously he's not got the biggest feet in the world, and the safety stirrups are there to accommodate all kinds of feet. So I have no idea why she even made that comment in the first place. So I just simply replied, well, they're only as wide as my actual feet are. And she just went and just like carried on with somebody else. But I actually think in hindsight that was a bit of a rude comment, especially when there was literally no problem to fit our feet or shoes inside her safety stirrups anyway. And then nobody mentioned it after that, not even the people that were actually on the horses with us. So I really think, especially with, because I never had any trouble in Canada when I went riding, and they were really, really nice out there. But I think particularly with British riding, it is so rooted in tradition, even in spite of the fact that we had safety stirrups. She wasn't even concerned about the lack of heel. She was more concerned about visually looking at the width of them. And like I said, there was zero problem. I could have literally put my whole foot through if there was no cage. So honestly, it's all about aesthetics here.